Frankenstein. Ain't I scary? I'd scare the shit out of Anna, although apparently nothing scares Anna. I mean, being with a soldier and all that stuff. Anyway, hello there, CriterioNate here, 351, Victor Erice. Oh god, I wish I'd learned how to pronounce this guy's last name. Victor Erice's Spirit of the Beehive. El Espíritu de la Colmena. See, I took Spanish, so I can do a decent job at pronouncing Spanish titles and all that, you know. I kind of know all the vowel sounds and blah, blah, blah. 1973, 99 minutes, Colmenares, Spanish, blah, blah, blah. So, apparently this is one of the most important, most popular, greatest Spanish films of all time. And I, of course, had not heard, of course, just like practically all the other films in the Criterion Collection. I ain't heard of it until now, you know, so... Anyway, but this is a weird movie. It's a really weird movie. It's not bad. I guess this is very symbolic, very, very analytic, very it's one of those movies you analyze over and over and over again. The one that I definitely don't have time to analyze over and over and over and over again. So there. Anyway, Anna. Anna's a 6-year-old girl, lives in this village, and it's set in the I think 1940, like right after the Spanish War, or it's like right after the war in Mexico, and the town comes together to watch Frankenstein. They're bringing these movies together. They bring in they set it up in the city hall, and all the kids are watching it, and Anna is just, spellbound by this scene, especially the scene where the monster is with the little girl near the lake and ends up throwing her into the lake. And apparently that scene wasn't censored in the Spanish print, back then. So there you go. So later she asks her older sister Isabel, who's kind of a troublemaker and sort of winds Anna up in a way, and says, asks her, why did he kill her, why did he kill the young girl? And he says, I forget what they say, but it's something about, to the extent of, he tells her it's just it's make believe, it's not real, he didn't really kill the girl, but apparently the spirit is real. You just have to close your eyes and say, it's me, Anna. And so throughout the movie, Anna is, just very weary, believes in this monster. Isabel, ends up telling her that this old sheep herd has the monster in it, and so they go visit her and they see a well and all that. And meanwhile, her family, her father, Fernando, I believe his name is, Fernando, is a beekeeper who writes about his bees and shows his daughters, different plants and all that. And his wife, much younger wife, his mother, Teresa, writes letters to a lover who I don't think we ever see, unless the lover is the soldier that we see later in the film. I didn't quite catch that part. So I guess one of the things is we don't really see the family at any given point, like altogether, until the very end. Throughout the movie, so later on, Isabel and Anna are like watching this train go by. They put their head to like the rail to hear the train coming. And while during the train comes, they run away, and this soldier, who's I guess like a rebel or something, he gets off the train and hides in the sheep herd. One day Anna finds him, and rather than, he doesn't shoot her, but she ends up giving him an apple, and ends up stealing her father's coat and his pocket watch that plays this old tune, and he gives it to the soldier, and they kind of have this friendship, and she messes with his shoelaces and all that. And so he ends up, she walks away, and then later one night, the police find the soldier and shoot him to death. And the people, the police find Fernando's identification on it, and so they give him back his clothes and his pocket watch and all that. And at dinner, he pulls out the pocket watch, and Anna's reaction reveals to him that she was the one who stole it and gave it to the soldier. And so she goes back to the sheep herd to find the soldier, and she sees the blood. And Fernando follows her out and tries to talk to her, and she runs away, and she runs off into the woods. And a search party goes out to find her. And while she's there, she finds one of the mushrooms that her father told her not to eat. And it's not implied. It's not necessarily said explicitly as to whether or not she actually eats the mushrooms or she touches it in any way. But a little later, she ends up having a vision of the Frankenstein monster that who comes by as she's kneeling by this lake, in a scene quite similar to the scene that caught her, but the girl at the lake at the monster and all that. And later in the morning, she's found. The search party finds her near this wall, sleeping, and they take her back, and she doesn't talk throughout. I think almost throughout the rest of the movie, and the doctor says she'll be okay. They just have to just give her time. She drinks water and all that, and at the last scene basically shows Anna looking up to the skies and remembering what her sister said about the monster, and she just closes her eyes and says, "It's me, Anna," and that's basically it. So yeah, I think there's a lot of symbolism I missed. Apparently there's a lot of social symbolism, a lot to do with the war and the government in this movie. A lot that I did not pick up on because I don't know anything about, the Spanish Civil War. So all that went right over, I only saw what I saw, and, so because of that, that's why I consider it a really weird movie. It's not a bad movie. I didn't think there was anything that really just thought this is stupid, I think I called it dumb at the beginning, but that's because my first impressions are usually the worst impressions. But in the end, no, it's not a bad movie. It's very, very interesting. It's got a lot of intriguing imagery. So yeah, that's all. I can't really say too much of it. I think there's a lot to interpret in this movie. So if you want a movie that you'll want to watch again and again and again to fully quote unquote get, you can't go wrong with Spirit of Beehive. So yeah, that's all I got. Let's see, Spirit of Beehive, give it a rating. I'm going to give this a B+. Give it a B+. Again, a lot, very complicated, but not a horrible. I feel like if I watched it a couple more times, I'd get it better, Or if I understood the war more, or where this movie was set. So yeah, but in the end, still not a bad movie. B+, and yeah. So anyway, supplements. This is a 2-disc set. The first disc just has the movie. Second disc has 4 films. There's The Footprints of a Spirit, which is a documentary which was produced, I think, a few years before the doc movie came out. Features Irise, the producer Elias Querejeta, co-screenwriter Angel Fernandez Santos, and Anna Torrent, who played Anna. And a lot of scenes with her, kind of wandering the same sets, same places where they film, but as an adult. And it took a second to realize, holy crap, that's actually her, But yeah, so there's that, and yeah, there's a lot of interesting, Irise sounds like just he had a vision, and seems like a lot of it stemmed from conversations about Frankenstein. So that was definitely the central, what held the movie together, for the most part. What else? There's also an interview with a film called Victor Erice in Madrid. Hideyuki Miyaoka. She's a Japanese filmmaker who interviewed Erice in Madrid, and they talked for a while. And they're both Footprints of the Spirit and Victor Erice in Madrid are about 48 minutes. And there's 2 new interviews. One with Fernan Gomez, who played Fernando, who's still alive at the time of the 2006. He's old though. And some scholar named Linda C. Ehrlich, who is just, the token white scholar, so there. Anyway, there you are. So Spirit of the Beehive, B+. If you're into Spanish films, this is the one. There you are. Right, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for Jigoku. Some more Japanese horror. Anyway, until then, goodbye.